Hosting a podcast, gentlemen's, gentlewoman's podcast, topic varies, money/relationships, 30 men max. What? Wait, are you inviting me to be on the podcast? Is that what you're saying? I'm a bit slow on these things. Yes. Oh. Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going, man?
Going pretty good.
I know it's a little out of the mute you. Let me stop the timer real quick here. Yeah, I know this is a very strange request, and I know like a lot of people aren't down for it. But like, you know, I pretty much like I make content on Fridays where I just like interview people, get to know them.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna be like a fan too, so I'm also gonna like tune into your stuff very often too. If you're live during the day, because like I watch streams a lot during the day. But how are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I stream pretty frequently, but you know, here lately it's just been a few days in between. But you know, I work full time and stream at the same time, so trying to balance that can be pretty tough. But I think it's gratifying, you know, to find the right balance.
Yeah. I used to stream like a lot, like every single day, and then like I just like, you know, I just been so busy with shit, but I still try to like stream like Friday nights and Saturday nights when I can. But glad to meet you. I'm sorry, I barely turned into your stream, man, so I don't really know much about you. If you want to like introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, you know, my name is Stampede. I've been mainly horror streaming for a long time. I have tweets and things about going live going all the way back to 2012 or 2013. Mainly started with Silent Hill. I was one of the first channels on Twitch to stream Silent Hill 3. That's why my artwork is mainly about it. I don't actually have a Twitter link, but it's just Stampede G, just like my username here. And yeah, I took a pretty decent long break from streaming when I got my first job, actually, because I was living with my parents when I first started streaming. But yeah, when I came back, started late 2020, and ever since then, it's been pretty frequent, pretty often. So it's been awesome.
That's awesome, man. I like the microphone. I like all the fucking sound panels. What kind of setup is going on behind there?
Yeah, so these are actually really cheap. This setup is deceptively expensive, I say. These foam panels are like $1 per panel. Like, they're so cheap. We use command strips to put them up, me and my girlfriend. And the SM7B, it's connected. It's running through a cloud lifter and a Go XLR. So, you know, we got the samples going. We got the classic streamer samples. We got some Wings of Redemption.
Oh my fucking lord!
Stuff like that, so. But
That's awesome that I can hear that.
Yeah.
I can hear that through Discord. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can route, what's cool about the mixers, you can route different sounds to different apps, so you can run it however you want. So people in Discord are beholden to listening to my sound effects here.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
What country you live in?
US, East Coast.
And what do you do for a living?
I work in IT. I do remote IT consulting type work.
Dope. I work in IT as well. I do field support.
Yeah.
A little different, but that's awesome, man. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you. I know. Like hopping into this Discord is like very intimidating. I think, or something. I don't know. There's something about it is like people just are not very like friendly sometimes.
Yeah, I think people have a propensity to be defensive about it because, you know, there are people out there who are just kind of out to get on your stream and then just say something egregious that people can clip and shit. But, you know, I just kind of figured I linked to your stream. I was like, you know, this guy doesn't seem like he's trying to do anything like that. Even if you were, it's like, whatever, it's a single interaction, so.
Yeah, I mean, I do say some outrageous stuff, but I don't ever mean to be like, what is it, hostile. I'm not like hostile, but I just have my own beliefs and shit like that. But I never mean to be hostile when I say anything.
Yeah, and that's cool because, you know, the Twitch community, I think, is ripe with the negativity and things like that. So it's cool to see people that kind of go against that grain.
Yeah, no, I definitely, you know, like one of the things that, you know, I've been doing this a while, and like, I truly do enjoy just like meeting people, one, and then two, I enjoy learning from what other people have to say, because a lot of things that like people have to say if you ever tune in my stream and like see if I'm interviewing somebody, you'll learn, and you watch it, you'll learn that like, you'll learn the mistakes that they've made.
Yeah.
You've learned from what they're saying through the trialations that they went through, that that I don't know, trialations is a word,
Tribulations, yeah. Yeah.
But I've been drinking a little bit too. I've been drinking a little bit. I don't know if you've been drinking a bit, but you learn a lot from other people, and you learn a lot like what not to do, and you like it's very important. I think I'm the youngest child. I'll learn from my oldest brothers and sisters. That like,
Yeah.
here's what you don't do. Your life gets fucked up.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, because like everybody always says, they wouldn't take back the mistakes because they learned from them. So, if people describe their mistakes and they try to tell other people before they make them, or, get it through somebody else's head before they have the opportunity to make those mistakes, it's definitely a good learning experience, I would say.
I would say the most of the mistakes that I've avoided has been mistakes that I've learned from other people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely take a value in what other people have to say, and like whatever people have been through. So, but yeah, that's just my perspective on things. Like I enjoy learning about people's tribulations. So, what has been going on with your life, man? What is something that you're working towards?
Right now I'm with my job, I'm kind of looking into supervisor opportunities and different things. I've been with the same company for about 3 years, so I kind of have a personal rule that if I stay in the same role for about 3 years, I try to look up and just kind of see what advancement opportunities there are. As far as Twitch, my community relatively, I mean, if you compare it to other communities, it's fairly small, but for me it seems huge because, I'm sure the feeling of streaming to 0 people and like trying to make that conversation yourself, or trying to keep things entertaining for somebody who may watch the VOD later. But just having people that show up as regs and talk is huge, like I think for any streamer. And that's why I recommend anybody who doesn't do it to just give it a shot, because that feeling of having regs that show up and chat is it's awesome, super gratifying. I appreciate that.
I get you, man. I get you. I'm usually a regular in people that stream, but a lot of problems that I mean, like as a viewer, the problems I see someone stream and then they like stream for like a very short period of time, and then they give up, and I never see them again. You have no idea how many channels that I've seen that like this disappear forever.
Yeah, dude, and people, I have a few friends that are like that too. They're like, man, I streamed for they're like, man, I streamed for 6 hours in prime time, and this amount of viewers didn't show up. It's like that. There's just so much competition on Twitch. Every game that you've decided to stream, someone has already streamed it, and they've streamed it for hundreds of hours. So you have to somehow find a way to diversify what you bring to the table and do something unique. And honestly, most times what's unique about it is just your personality. So if you're putting yourself out there and you're being entertaining often enough, like the viewers will show up eventually. So people just gotta stick with it.
As a viewer, the main thing that I look for is like interaction. Like
Right.
like as long as you're reading the chat, that's like my biggest thing. Is like as a viewer, it's like as long as you're reading the shit, that is all I need. As long as you read the chat, I would be a dedicated viewer. And trust me, if you're live like during my like work shift, because sometimes a lot of the times I'm not doing shit at work, and I'm on site. I'm on site, and I'm forced to be on site. And even if there's no work to do, I'm still forced to be on site. So like, I'm in my office just not doing shit, but I'm like watching Twitch streams, and like I watch every single person. I watch everyone just chatter. If they're playing a game, sometimes I don't watch them because they're not reading chat, and that I don't want to watch them if they're not reading the chat.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. Is like I've always said, I agree with you. It's like if you're not reading chat, why are you even on Twitch? Like just go in a personal Discord with your friends and play. It doesn't make sense to me. So if you're gonna stream, make it a point. Even if you are playing a game, just glance over, read the chat, or like keep your monitors oriented in a way that you can read it. Exactly. And I think that goes a long way.
If you have a lot of chatters, I know it's like really hard. If you're like fucking have like 20 people just chatting at once, I know it's like impossible to read all that shit. But like you should still like be. I don't know. I can't. That's why I can't get on like big streamers, because like they might read like a thing here and there, but like it's like if they miss my chat, I feel disrespected.
Yeah, it's impossible to get a word in edgewise when they got 5,000 people that are all just spamming ASCII tits and the hydras and everything else, and you're like, man, come on, I just want to ask him one question. You're trying to tag the streamer.
I did watch this one girl that was like had a big streamer, and she was like dancing, and she was like fucking like sweating like crazy while she was like dancing. So she was really like putting in the work. So like that makes sense, you know, that's entertaining. Like she's fucking working for these fucking views. But like other people with like 5 to 10 viewers that can't read every single chat, it's just fucking neglectful.
Yeah. And
hold up, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hold up.
Yeah, no problem.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And like I was just talking to somebody else. You know, I do like I try to keep these like interviews short because I like interviewing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But like one thing I was telling the last person was that, you know, I feel like internet relationships, some people don't take them that seriously, but like having a interpersonal relationship online should be considered like an actual relationship, but some people like don't see that vision, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it's okay to build barriers between your chat to where things don't get too personal, or people that are in your community that might think that, you know, you're friends, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing wrong with like being supportive of people in your chat, because at the end of the day, we're all just acquaintances. We don't know each other like that. So I think
if, like that makes sense in terms of like, you know, keeping acquaintances, but like I still think that you could actually build like real friendships online. Does that, you don't believe that?
Yeah, for sure. I think you know, the pandemic just kind of showed us that even more, that, you know, these relationships are a lot more important than we realized, because, you know, we can't just get together in person in a lot of places, especially in the US right now. So, you know, it's great that we still have these opportunities in our Discords and in our Twitch communities to meet people and kind of, you know, level with them and get to know them like this.
So you mentioned that you were in a relationship. How long have you been in this relationship for?
I've been dating this girl since summer 2015, so about 7 years. Yeah.
7 years. She was married?
No, we're not married, but we live together, and we're just kind of happy with where we're at right now. So, but you know,
you have no plans of getting married.
Oh no, I definitely have plans. Just you know, it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like a day by day. Like right now, we're just happy with where we're at, so we don't really think about it too much. But you know, definitely someday I'd love to propose.
7 years is a long time, my guy.
It is, yeah, it is. But it's okay. I know, trust me, I know about wasting my time and being in relationships for too long when I should have ended them. But nah, we're happy.
Nah, it sounds like you guys are happy. That's I mean, as long as you guys both are happy, then, you know, that's, you know, the most important stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it.
Well, I mean, hey, overall, I appreciate you being civil, man. Like, I've definitely had some people pop in. Yeah, exactly, Kat. It'll happen when it's right. But I definitely had some people pop in and just drop, you know, the N-word and other ridiculous stuff in my stream. I had to remove the follower usernames because people were following under the usernames of, like, free this convicted, you know, sex offender and stuff like that. So there's some people on Twitch that got nothing but bad intentions, but I appreciate you being civil and, you know, asking legit questions. It's a refreshing take, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I was telling you, I do this a lot, and I get also like negative feedback like that too. But like, you know, like I don't know, I've said that, but I enjoy meeting people, I enjoy talking to people, but you know, like, you know, I get pushback on my side as well, so it's not just on your side. I get a lot of pushback as well.
Yeah.
But I just ban people immediately as soon as I start mentioning anything like that. But
yeah.
But like, you know, I enjoy learning from people's experiences and shit like that. So damn, 7 years is a long time, my guy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How do you guys meet out? Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. So you met, you were 20 or 19, and like how do you guys meet?
We met. We originally worked in retail together, and we met through there. Her mom originally worked with us at that store, and then her mom eventually left, but she got a job there, and that's how we met. And then shortly after that, I split off to do the IT job because, you know, to pretty much every retail job, it's kind of like a situation where you can't be a supervisor above your significant other. So if other people know that, it's just a bad situation. So I was like, it's for the best that we just go ahead and work at different places. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly been 7 great years. Like we
Yeah, how did you ask her out?
oh, so we were already just like taking breaks together just as friends because I was showing her stuff, like I was kind of training her on things, and then it just kind of naturally happened. Like we just were hanging out enough that eventually I was like, hey, you want to go, do something sometime outside of work? And then it just kind of naturally developed from there. Started giving her, yeah, this is some serious lore right here, but I started like giving her rides home from work and stuff like
What
that.
does
And
lore mean? What does lore mean?
it's like just backstory, backstory
Oh,
on stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I started giving her rides home from work, and then,
Okay.
things just
I'm
kind of
I'm gonna,
developed from
I'm
there.
gonna begin pushing boundaries a little bit,
Hmm.
possibly. So let me know if I'm pushing it too far.
Yeah, yeah.
What was you guys' first kiss like? What is the experience
Mm,
there?
yeah, so that was one time that I drove her home. We were just kind of talking. Like there was this park bench kind of next to her house. And yeah, we were just sitting there talking, and then I just kind of went in for it, dude. Like you probably know, like when the time is right, and I could just tell. I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go for it, and then it ended up working out.
That's dope that you went for it. I'm sure that
Yeah.
was like nerve-wracking, right?
Oh yeah, heart in your throat, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, definitely, it's always that way. But yeah,
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. That's not me at all. But I respect it, man. I feel like that's like the most like perfect way to like start a relationship.
yeah.
That's not me at all whatsoever. I'm on some Andrew Tate shit. You probably don't this. You probably disagree with this man, don't you?
I actually don't know a lot about him. I just was he on XQC's stream recently? Because I remember seeing a couple clips
Yes,
from it. Yeah.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Like I don't know. I just I would love to have a story like that, man.
Mhm.
But I'm 27 too, and like I have been going through dating apps and like just it just my experience is you're lucky enough to experience love like very early on, where
Mhm.
it's like you get to like trust that person and shit like that. And
Yeah.
like I have a way different like spectrum of things that I've been going through. Like, but like I met a girl. I met a girl that I was hooking up with early this year, and like I would hook up. We hooked up like for every week for like a couple weeks, and then like I was like, this girl's being like really like strange and shit.
Mhm.
So like I told her that I felt like she was being really strange, and then like it's like I feel like you're hiding something from me. And then like we've already been like having sex for like a month or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Right. So I told her that, right? And then like she was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm fucking married." And like
Wow,
I'm
that would have
just
been
like,
nice to know.
yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah. No, I definitely, that's the thing. I'm almost not afraid of dating apps. I wouldn't want to put it like that, but I just have avoided them because I feel like I can't develop a relationship that way, and if I were to find somebody on there, then it might be similar to that. Like I don't get a chance to learn their home life really if we're just like meeting on these apps and different things. So I always try to go with just what I know works and is a safe method, which is meeting people that I know in person and trying to develop relationships from
Well,
there.
you
But
you've been happily like
yeah,
together for 7 years, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you don't know the
the
experience it
climate.
is like now.
That's
Like
true. Yeah, it's true. I used to work
so
with a
it's
guy
like
who told me like he loved being married because he's like, dude, on a Friday night, I would much rather just like make a bunch of popcorn and sit down and watch a movie and not care versus having to like, get myself all ready and like hope that this date works out and hope that we see eye to eye. I was like, dude, I feel the same way. It's like life is a lot less stressful when you don't have to worry about dating, but at the same time, there are certain aspects of it that I think everybody misses.
I
Like it's
think
just
I think
exciting.
relationships are still like a challenge on its own, right? I'm
Right.
sure like
Hmm.
you just oh my contact is fucking going crazy. I need to go pull it out. Yeah, I'm back. My
Yeah,
eyes fucking
I was saying you're 100% right. Like, even in long-term relationships, it's still pretty tough to keep things going. Like we fight all the time, but we're also quick to get over those fights, and we're quick to apologize and understand when fights are like just completely pointless and that kind of stuff. So, I think you fight and you get kind of sick of each other a lot quicker, but at the same time, you find, if you really want to make things work, you find a way.
I know I don't know how to, I never experienced that, and like my perspective, I don't actually, I understand the relationships were hard, but
Mhm.
honestly I don't think I would want a woman that's gonna like make my life like a fucking living hell. But
Oh, for
like
sure. Yeah, yeah.
I get if you're committed to that person, like that makes sense. Sorry, my fucking eyes are fucking burning.
Oh no, that's
God
fine.
damn it, dude. Holy shit, I don't know, bro. Hold up, I need to go fucking be right back.
Yeah. My man said he's on that Andrew Tate shit. Take that as you will. I have a lot to say, but I'll be quiet. Oh, I know you have a lot to say, Pitt. I get no matches, so I quit on Tinder. Sorry, I'm reading his chat. That's rude. I won't read his chat anymore. I'll let him read his own chat. He's a grown man.
I bet I wear these like glass contacts like
Mm.
24 hours a day. So like when I pull them out, my eyes are like, what the fuck is it like to not wear contacts?
Yeah, they're exposed to the real world. They don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, so chat says I get no matches, so I quit. Okay, so I wanted to address that. I wanted to address that. And me, I consider myself one of the best online daters that you could possibly like meet. I'm the best person that's I'm the best person in online dating that you've ever met, and I'm gonna hold this title. I'm not saying I could hold a relationship, but I'm saying that I could begin your online relationship, no
Yeah,
doubt. So a lot of guys they do give up because you know I'm gonna like summarize this in a very like very broad way, but like how many how easy how convenient is it to like open an app and start an account and think you can get women? How easy is that? I'm asking you, Steam.
I would
Yeah.
say, it's definitely easier than it's ever been. Like literally anybody can open it up and get started, but at the same time that opens up the door for a lot of naivety and people that don't know how to like carry themselves on those apps. So I think it's actually easier for girls and guys to sort out who's actually doing it seriously and who's just doing it and is like really inexperienced with it. I think you can tell that.
Exactly. Yes, that's true. But like, how many people do you think they have to sort through?
Oh, millions. Like
Millions
they
of people.
individually don't
Like,
have to sort through millions, but there's so many users on there. Like you will be swiping a lot
I
before you
disagree.
find somebody that's.
I disagree. I mean, like, I mean, them. Not. I mean, like, as a woman, one, a lot of them aren't even on there.
Mhm.
Second, the ones that are on there, they have to sort through like thousands, tens of thousands of men to
Yeah,
like, and then like swipe the ones that they're like, okay, this one seems okay.
yeah,
Like this one has a good picture. Okay, like that, they have to swipe through thousands. So the reason that why you're not getting matches is one, like you might not have good pictures for one. You might not have a good bio. Two, because women do read bio more than men read pictures.
yep,
Three, like your visibility. There's so many men. Like saying there's so many men. Yet that they have to sort through 100, 200 pictures before they get to your page. So when they do get to your page, you think they want to see a shitty ass little selfie of you on the couch or some shit? You think that really makes you stick out?
yeah,
No, it don't.
and don't Photoshop a picture of yourself atop like a jacked wrestler or a bodybuilder either, because that's just cringe. Like they'll find it out when they see you. You don't look like that, so don't do that either.
Most people don't do that, but I've never seen it, but I'm sure maybe someone has seen it. But
I'm showing my inexperience here, dude.
yeah, I mean that no one does that. They just most dudes take like shitty ass selfies in their truck or on their couch or some shit. That's what
Yeah,
most dudes do, or like half face or like fucking really bad little selfies. It just looks terrible.
yeah,
Like so, like that. That is definitely a drawback in your thing. The second thing is like depends on the platform that you're going on, right? The like it depends like Tinder I've learned has the biggest user base, but it has a lot of bots too. So like I thought I've been paying for Tinder Platinum for 6 months, and I've been on like 2 dates, and like I got so many bots. I don't even it's not even worth it. That's how many bots is on the fucking Tinder. I think Facebook dating and Hinge are both the top two from my experience. Facebook dating and Hinge. Facebook dating, you're gonna get a lot of like women with kids, and then like, but you're gonna go on more dates probably. On Hinge, lesser attractive women, but more women you'll go on dates on. But
what about Plenty of Fish? I've heard of Plenty of Fish. Is that also ripe with bots?
I never met a bot on Plenty of Fish, but Plenty of Fish is more of like a I work in IT too, right? So I think we should both understand this, like about like IT and like internet and shit. And Plenty of Fish, to me, I feel like it's more of like a chat heavy place, right? It's more of like a chat, like you guys could have a conversation for a month, be pen pals for a month, really get to know each other,
right?
Blah blah blah. You could do that. You could do that greatly on Plenty of Fish, right? You could be a pen pals for like a month, 2 months. But as soon as you suggest that you should go on a date, they're not gonna fucking go on the fucking date with you. So they're gonna waste your fucking time for a month and a half.
Yeah, they just want somebody to chat with online because they're bored. Yeah.
Exactly. So like my one of the recommendations that I recommend to everybody is like go straight for the date. Go straight for the date. Do not try to like, I mean, get to know them. You can send a couple messages back and forth, but like fourth message max, you got to be going for the date. You're going for the date. Yeah, that will ensure that they're not a fucking dude behind a fucking screen. And then, like, one, and then two, like, that they're actually down to meet up, and you actually like get to know them in the flesh in real life, and like not over a screen and shit.
Yeah, and I'm sure. Sense? Yeah, and I'm sure the more interactions you have with people on the sites, you can kind of weed out who's who. Like catfishing is such a thing, but at the same time, I feel like it's easy to see the red flags the longer you're on these sites, so you'll be able to get accustomed to that before you make that mistake.
I mean, you think that, right? You've seen the show Catfish, man. There's like a TV show about this shit.
There's very skilled people out there.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can impersonate another person. You could, like, anybody could do that. And if you want to like actually meet somebody, like, yeah, go for the date right away. That's how you know no one's playing any games here where actually do be a gentleman. And if they do decide to go on a date, another rule is on the first date, never pick them up. Always meet them at the location.
Mm-hmm.
And like, two, we're making an interesting date. And if you're a guy, in my opinion, you always pay. You always pay for the date.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just for courtesy's sake.
That's just like the basics, man. That's just the basics.
That's just to get you over the bar. You have to do the rest. You got to get yourself to them.
Like this is just the basics. Like this is what's crazy. And like a lot of dudes can't even get past.
Yeah, a lot of dudes can't even get the date set up because they're like, "Oh, I'll come to your house," and they're like, "Oh God, block, reported for whatever else." But yeah, I've definitely met a few people that just they were just very inexperienced on dating sites, and they had bad experiences of like getting stood up, and the person is like, "Yeah, we'll meet here," and then they get there and they're like, "Where are you?" And then the account just like disappears or they get blocked and stuff. So, you just gotta look out for yourself. Like,
twice.
Yeah. And you just gotta look out for yourself. Just be diligent. Know what you want, and that's really important too. Like, if you know what you want, then that'll already help filter a lot of the nonsense on there.
Like, as a male perspective, like a lot of men feel like they're like inadequate. A lot of men feel depressed. A lot of people feel like they're worthless. And I want to sue Twitter if I could. I would sue fucking Twitter. Not Twitter. I mean Tinder. I would sue Tinder because it's more of like a demoralizing. It's more of a demoralizing platform. Maybe I will one day. But like it's from a male perspective, it causes a lot of emotional distress and makes you feel worthless. And it's not. The way that they have things. It makes sense why, but it's just from a male perspective, right? You're like swiping. I'm not getting any matches. I'm not getting matches. I'm not getting matches. I'm fucking worthless. No one likes me. Think about what guys are thinking like while this is happening. It's like not. These aren't good things. No one cares about the male emotion.
Oh yeah, like it's considered weak for us to show emotion. So you gotta just be stone faced. You just gotta take it and just be an alpha about it. That's the mentality or Chad mentality. But at the same time, I think knowing what you're looking for and being comfortable with your sexuality is also super important. And I don't mean as in having sex. I just mean like, how your orientation is. I think if women see that, I think that's something that is attractive and would lead them to kind of initiate something with you there, is as long as you display like your interest, you just kind of wear them on your sleeve and they're into that kind of thing, then that's cool, Yeah, I have somebody in my chat, Pitt. He's very much not in agreement about the paying thing. He said, "Always pay." Ha. Yeah, he's not big on that. He always says, "Don't put women on a pedestal."
I think as a man, right, you have two things to offer, right? I think you are one, the provider, and the second thing is you're the security or
protector and provider.
Provider and protector, right?
Yeah.
So like, if she's going to have with you and she has 1,000 other suitors and like you're not paying, like it just makes you look kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
You're definitely not a provider at that point. So unless you're like 6'2" or 6'4" or some shit and like fucking 300 pounds, then like, if you're fucking under 6 foot and you're like, I'm fucking gonna only pay half, then like, I don't know about all that. I don't know how that go down. If it works for you, then great, fucking you're doing it. But if you're not having any success, you might want to like, rethink about that.
See, I have a very not cultured perspective, but at the same time, I would say something that's guaranteed to always work is to just be comfortable with what you're into. Like that's the most important thing for me. But at the same time, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't put anybody on a pedestal. The thing that I would always say is don't change yourself for somebody unnecessarily. Like if you have to change yourself drastically to appeal to somebody, they're not the right fit for you. You shouldn't have to do that to a point.
I'm not saying like put anybody on a pedestal. I'm just saying as a man, you're a provider.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you there. Yeah, I was talking more to Pitt. I agree with you on that sense.
I'm kind of talking to your chat, but like,
oh no, that's fine.
As a man, you are a provider. You provide. Your resources. It's what dictates your value and attractiveness.
Unfortunately, yes, that is the case.
That is it, and your ability to protect, which is either your arm skills, your height, your size.
Yeah.
All of these things matter. They're all so many different categories of what make you attractive to a woman.
Yeah.
For as a man, it's so easy to like, hey, this girl got big tits, big ass, like, yeah, she's fucking attractive. Like, it's so easy for a woman to be attractive, right? But it's a lot more difficult for a man to be attractive. There's a lot more categories involved.
Yeah, there's a lot more boxes you have to tick. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I started a timer. I think it ran out already. I think I'm already past the 30-minute mark. I'm pretty sure.
If so, that's cool.
But it was glad talking to you. I do this every Friday and Saturday night. Maybe if you're live during that same time, I might invite you back. We'll do another one. But I'm gonna move on to the next person.
Yeah, definitely, man. I went ahead and gave you a shout out. I appreciate you being civil, and nice conversation, man. It's a nice change of pace. I tell you, a lot of people on Twitch are not out to have decent conversations, so just that alone is huge. But good luck.
I got one person last weekend that was just like talking shit to me the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, one person that I interviewed, and like I was being civil, and then he was talking shit to me after I was civil.
Yeah.
So then I started talking shit to him. It was comedic.
It's like, man, we ain't got time for that. Like, you're just gonna add to the other 99.9% of Twitch population that's like that. Like, be the difference, man. Be the fucking difference you want to see.
I was the civil one that invited him. Like,
yeah.
So it was just like, okay, well, but I had a couple of people pop in and like that was the most entertaining stream I've ever watched. So like,
yeah, people love that, man. They love the sparks.
All right, man. But I wish you the best. I'll be back if you're down. But have a great night, dude.
Yeah, definitely. You as well, man. Later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow Stampede G on Twitch. Links are down below.